We're gathered, of course, to say goodbye to Mark. There's always a sadness when there's a death, but I think you would all agree, all the more so when someone so young as Mark leaves this earth. We know that he was part of a large and wonderful and loving family, and most of the people gathered here are part of that wonderful family. So we turn, as our people have always turned, to the voice of the psalmist. It tells us that we are not only together with each other, but God is with us always. Ana elech merutecha, ve'ana mipanecha evrach. Whither shall I go from your spirit, or whither flee from your presence? If I ascend up into the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the netherworld, behold, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there, your right hand leads me, your right hand holds me. And if I say, surely the darkness about me shall be the night, dark as the night, even the darkness is not too dark for you, O God, but the night shines as the day. Death has summoned Mark Lensky. His family, friends, grieve because the world is darkened by his death. And so at this time we give thanks for some of the wonderful things in his life. For his friendship shared on a too short path of his life, and for the gifts that he leaves behind that brought joy and happiness during his lifetime and remain as a precious remembrance. Would you join me, please, in King David's 23rd Psalm? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. We gather knowing that Mark's memory will live always with this wonderful group of family and friends. And we are confident as well that his spirit will remain as a precious memory in the hearts of all his loved ones. Yesterday I met with members of the family, as is my custom, of course. And I discovered that there are two Mark Lenskys. The one that I knew, and the one that I actually discovered. The Mark that I knew was sickly his whole life, protective of his mother and frankly a little overprotected by her, socially awkward and pretty much alone in the world. When speaking with family members, I've heard them say, poor Mark. I knew he had a degree in the law, which he didn't really practice, that he liked to play golf because often when I saw him, he was on his way to or from a golf game. I always thought of him as shy, introverted, and essentially not necessarily very accomplished at very much. And while some of what I said is true, especially the part about being sickly most of his life and often socially awkward, shows you how little of a person you sometimes know thinking you know him. So let me share the part of Mark that I wish I had known. I always figured Mark was smart, but I didn't know that he was extremely successful in the stock market. Meeting with Howard and Todd and Marilyn yesterday, I learned that actually far from being shy, Mark could be quite outgoing and forceful. They reminded me that when he was a kid, he had a huge baseball collection and never had a hesitancy to walk up to a big-time player and ask him to sign, not a card for him, which you'd think a kid might ask him to do, but to sign 4 or 5 more so he could sell them. I also learned that though he was physically challenged throughout his life, that he never complained, and in fact always worked hard to overcome them. Became an excellent water skier, played tennis as well as golf, and was a big, long-time sports enthusiast and even a wine connoisseur. Mark wanted to see the world, and though he expressed that he wished he had someone to share his trips with, he never let that stop him from going alone, traveling the world. A year or so ago, even going to a Super Bowl, and I think he saw a World Series game as well. Karen shared with us this morning an email I got that they'd received from one of Mark's friends in law school, who had remained a close friend through the years. He did not tell of a shy and withdrawn person, but one who lived life, who loved life and good food, who went on adventures, and as I said, managed to wangle some tickets to a World Series game. In short, Mark really became quite self-sufficient. And what it might have been a sad and tragic life is one that Mark figured out how to enjoy, to drink as deeply as he could from the cup. And Todd shared with me something yesterday, part of Mark, that I'm guessing that Mark showed very seldom. A deep and tender side that requires mentioning. He told me that since Jerry died in March, Mark called Todd every single day to see how he was doing. As for those of you who, like me, only knew Mark, the socially awkward, sickly person, how invigorating it is to learn that despite all that, the life that has been cut too short, he managed to overcome so many of his conditions enough to live with life with meaning and courage and even great enjoyment. As it turns out, though parts of Mark's life were sad, his life overall was not. He was kind, thoughtful, generous, even adventuresome, accomplished, well-traveled, and at times brave enough to deal with the challenges of his life without ever uttering a single complaint. There are 2 tragedies, and Mark would agree with both of them, I'm sure. One, that he never found the life partner that he really wanted and desperately sought. And second, that he has died so young. And my tragedy, and I suspect the tragedy for many of you, is that we never got to know the whole man. And the loss is not his, but ours. So for all of us, goodbye, Mark. To quote Hamlet, and flights of angels, sing thee to thy rest. Zikron Olibracha. Your memory is a blessing to us all. And to this we say, Amen. Can I ask you if you would lower the casket, please? Would you rise? El Malay Rachamim Shochein Bamromim Amsei Menucha Nechona Tachat Kanfei Hashchina B'ma'alot Kedoshim U'Tohorim Kezoha Harakia Mazidim Et Nishmat Moshe Ben Pesach Shehalach La'olamo Ba'al Harachamim Yasireh B'Sefer Knafav La'olamim Yitzror B'Sor HaChayim Et Nishmato V'yanuach B'Shalom Al Vishkavo V'Lamar Amen. Compassionate God, Eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence to Mark Lensky, who enters now into eternity. O God of mercy, may he find refuge beneath the shadow of your wings, and may his soul be bound up in the bond of eternal life. O God, you are his inheritance. May he rest in eternal peace, and to this we say, Amen. You can leave everything just like it is. Okay. The dust returns to the earth as a God. To the earth as it was, the spirit returns to God who gave it. Receive in mercy, O God, the soul of our departed Mark Lensky, and help us to understand that our sadness and our love go hand in hand. We are sad in our hearts, but we cling, O God, to your hand. And in this spirit do we now commit Mark into your eternal keeping, as we join together in the words of Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah V'Olma Dibarach Yirutei V'Yamlik Malchutei V'Chayei Chon V'Yomei Chon V'Chayei D'Kol Beit Yisrael V'Agalau V'Zman Karib Imru Amen Yehei Shemei Rabbah V'Borach V'Olam L'Olmei Amaya Yit Barach V'Yishtabach V'Yit Ka'ar V'Yit Ramam V'Yit Nasei V'yit Alar v'yit aleh v'yit halal shemed k'dusha v'richu la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran v'yoma v'imru amen Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oseh shalom v'imromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comforting the bereaved in our midst, as together we say, Amen. This concludes the service. If any of you would like to place a scoop of sand into the on top of the coffin, that's acceptable, of course, after the family does. This evening at 6 p.m. At the St. James, there will be a Shiva Minyan, 6 p.m., St. James. And then the rest of this week, at 6 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, at the daily service, Friday night, Shabbat evening, and Saturday morning, 10:30 Shabbat morning, we'll read Mark's name.